In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission.
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm doing the thing for the podcast.
It's not that hard, bud.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast. That's a sound of 4 guys sitting in a circle. Johnny boy, what are we about to do?
We're about to masturbate, boys.
Damn right. It's time for the Freedom Friends Master Debate, solving the world's problems, one mediocre topic at a time. Basically, how this works is Justin gives us something. We have no idea what it is. We talk about it for 30 seconds, and then we ramble on about random shit for the next fucking 20 minutes, and then this is over. That's usually how this rolls.
You just described my sex life.
Fucking same, dog.
It is the master debate.
Yeah. Justin, what you got for us this week? Guys, it wouldn't be the Freedom Friends if we didn't talk about our number 1 sponsor, Warfighter Tobacco. Obviously, you guys have seen us all smoke them. We're here to talk about a quality product that everybody can enjoy. The great equalizer, as we've called it, the Warfighter Tobacco Stick. And it's not just cigars. They've got humidors, travel humidors, cutters, lighters, everything you need to get started on that journey. Check out warfightertobacco.com and use that code FTFO. Score yourself that sweet 15%. If you want to know my personal favorite, I'm a 762 Field guy. I like that Sumatra, real nice and even keeled cigar. Great for us beginner smokers, right? And I'm told that these taste even better when you're listening to the Freedom Friends podcast. Now, back to the show. This episode is brought to you by Grill Your Ass Off. It's no secret. We're all middle-aged dudes who love barbecue. Grill Your Ass Off is our main go-to for our spices. That's what we use, man. Whether you're doing burgers on the grill, steaks, or my personal favorite, a little bit of pork belly burn ends, right? They've got you covered on all of that. They also have salsas. They also have seasonings and spices. They got beer salts. They've got everything, man. Check them out. GrillYourAssOff.com/Freedom Friends Podcast, or use the code Freedom Friends Podcast at checkout.
All right, boys.
All right,
boys.
I want to know, what are you?
It sounded like Ken Kniff. All right, boys.
I was going for the HR monster from Monsters Inc. That was more what I was.
Same voice, man.
Same voice. It actually
Always watching.
Always watching Wazowski. Always fapping Wazowski.
All right, Justin, what you got for us?
She was a slug.
So I want to know, what are you convinced people are only pretending to enjoy?
Gay sex. I can't imagine the smells working.
Hey, if she can handle a tattoo, she can handle anal. That's all I'm saying.
Oh shit, my bitch just got a fucking full half arm done.
Yeah.
Where's that booty?
We'll get into that diesel power, dog.
Jess, she doesn't listen to the show.
That's why I said it. Only pretending to enjoy fucking Lefroy.
Yeah,
You're a liar. You're a liar.
Yeah. The majority of scotch is on the market.
Lifted trucks.
LaCroix.
You're also a fucking
The
liar.
Carolina squat.
LaCroix.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
any fucking.
Yeah, LaCroix. Lifted
Yes.
trucks. Lifted modified suspension trucks.
Avocado toast.
You're a liar. Whether it's the squat, the stupid fucking offset axle shit. I had a dude that decided he wanted to figure out whether or not his stupid tires could fit in my lane
I think I sent you a Snapchat
today.
from
Yeah.
yesterday. There
Yep.
was I was surrounded by 5 Carolina squats
Yeah.
on the freeway.
Yeah.
I was like,
But you throw some salmon
Fucking-
on the avocado toast, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Now you're going into locks.
Yep.
Your Jewishness is showing.
No.
I
all modified
So
suspension.
what was the
trucks,
question
you're a
again?
liar. What are people faking they like?
I liked my lifted
Pellet.
fucking excursion.
IPAs.
Oh,
Yeah.
People fake that they like IPAs.
gross.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say this, so I'm going to text it.
John, just say it,
All right.
and if you can't, we'll bleep it.
I almost did.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You can say it.
Palestinians.
I just If you like Palestinians, show me it on a map. Like,
They could probably do it
show me on
now.
a map.
But you would have asked that 2 years ago?
No.
6 months ago.
You don't get to show me Palestinian controlled land. Show me Palestine.
And you can't use your fucking Google Maps.
Show me Palestine.
Here, let me Google it. I'll show you.
No. Show me Palestine. They all drive lifted trucks. I don't know if you knew that.
With their toe mirrors down. Yeah.
Their toe mirrors are all the way out,
Yep.
pushed out, flipped
Always.
up for that invisible fucking trailer.
Dude, driving the Tacoma, I had to fucking buy like toe mirror extensions.
You had a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were towing a camper.
And the second
And it
it
wasn't
came
invisible.
off, the second they came off, those motherfuckers came off.
Yeah.
I was like,
You were towing camper. By the way, I've thought about, so when I bought the new car, it didn't have it's wired for towing, but it doesn't have like the attachment because there's like a pop out in the bumper that they have to put in for the receiver and shit.
yeah.
And it doesn't have that. It's got all the wiring, but it doesn't have the actual receiver.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
So you need a package, like a tow package.
if I go put that on, I'm not extending the mirrors. Just don't follow behind me.
Yeah, right. It was more for me changing lanes because I didn't want to fuck up my new camper.
Fuck off. I'm going to turn the blinkers on about a half a mile before I'm going to change lanes. If you're still there, it sucks to suck.
Now it's on
I gave
you.
you a fucking warning. At least I'm not driving with my hazards on.
Camping. That's another one. People pretend they like camping. No, they fucking don't.
thoroughly enjoy it. I really do.
I'm not going to lie. No, I'm with
No,
John on
thoroughly.
this one. That whole
This coming from the guy
Wait.
who just bought a camper.
That's not camping.
That's
Are we
that's
talking-
glamping.
I bought a camper so that I
Like
don't have to
Scott
camp
hates
anymore.
camping, but he'll take his camper anywhere.
There is a
Yeah.
there is a
I invited
wide
him to go to
variety.
Ren Fair where I camp. Now, in all fairness, you have seen my camp.
Yeah.
That's about as close
No,
to
like I will
camping
go
as-
in the woods in a
But-
fucking 2-man tent
No,
in a backpack.
I've done
Not
it.
me.
Call it a day.
And my
Awesome.
wife and I like it.
It used,
Like,
to be, and it used to be a hobby of mine to do minimalist camping. It was a hobby.
I don't do minimalist, but if it doesn't fit in my ruck, it ain't going.
Like I used
Like, and we'll do the
Fucking
whole
do it.
thing. Like, we'll get there and then we will hike out there. And if you can't hike it out, you don't fucking get it.
There was my that was my lifted expedition
Fucking A.
that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Was that your wife's smart car?
No, that was some poor motherfucker's smart car that I parked next to.
hilarious.
Scott sent that to me.
But no, I actually, the whole camping thing where like I have to ruck it out and then I set up camp and whatever.
Yeah.
And I get to disconnect from
Yep.
everything.
No, don't get me wrong.
And that's
There's
the-
benefits.
Now that's the kind of camping I like.
but
If
sleeping
you're-
on the ground, you don't really like it.
I don't remember the last time I slept on the ground.
That's
I don't mind it because
let me revise then. All right. It's more like I don't like sleeping on the I think people who pretend they sleep on the fucking ground.
No,
That they
those
like
are
that?
those are idiots. Get better gear.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
no, the
not
people that
fucking
are
true.
idiots are the people that are like, oh, I went camping. It was so uncomfortable. I just laid on the ground and I tried to go to sleep. Like, why didn't you I don't know, make it comfortable for you? You can move the earth.
It's
It
true.
doesn't take much. And then
Yeah.
you become unbelievably comfortable because
Sure.
you're like, fuck, this is perfect.
Well, John, this is coming from a guy who slept in any position using a K-pot as a pillow.
Or a rock. Yep.
a rock or something.
Or something,
as
yeah.
a pillow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now it's nice.
If you can't sleep like that, you're just not tired enough.
Exactly.
That's true.
It's true.
That's true.
At some point in your life, you can sleep like that.
Oh, 100%. Oh, I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying you can't pretend that you like it.
That,
It's, you know, like
yeah.
it's
I much rather would have had an actual pillow. Yes.
yeah, fuck yeah. Who wouldn't have, right? Like that's the beauty of it, man. Now the solidarity and like being away and unplugged from everything and all that part's awesome. That part I can get behind, right? But I can do that with a camper now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can, I can go off grid with my camper.
If you guys ever want to go camping with us, just pull it in the parking lot.
Right. Park back here. Yeah. Yeah. Right now my camper's full of parachutes.
Yeah.
Actually, all the guys that are on your t-shirt, it's their shoots for Normandy.
Oh, really?
I've ferried them back for them, yeah. If they fucking pay for them. I ain't giving you shit until you pay the team. I'm just saying.
And they should come be on the podcast.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway.
We had one of them on the podcast, and it did fuck all.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm sore, probably from camping for 2 weeks.
So what do people do that they say they like that they don't? Deconstructed eating. The fuck's wrong with you people?
Wait, what?
Like deconstructed cocktails. They essentially, it's all the ingredients that should be in like a dish or a drink, and it's just all separate.
No.
And they're like, oh, if you have it in this order, it tastes just like it's. No, it fucking doesn't.
Or just put it
tastes like
together.
shit.
It's a recipe.
Yep.
Like, that's retarded. Jesus.
Anybody that tells me that they prefer to read off of a tablet or whatever instead of an actual book, you're a liar.
Yeah, I disagree with that too.
You're a liar.
Cold plunges.
I don't know if anybody actually enjoys that.
I haven't done like a.
I did them, but it was like
I've
in the
done
wintertime. And it was called a polar bear plunge, and you did it once a year, and you're like, "Fuck that, not doing that till next year."
Yeah, that's different. Like,
No, like,
well, because
I'm
like
gonna
I've done like the what is the nitro
Oh,
what's it
Cryo.
called? The
Cryo,
cryo.
yeah.
Yeah, I've done that,
I've done cryo. I've done ice baths.
and
I've
that was
done all
very
that
nice.
stuff.
The cryo was very very nice.
But it's-
while you're doing it, it's not fucking nice. But when
It
you
also
get out,
it
it's
happens
nice.
so fast it makes you numb anyways.
Yeah,
Like we did it at
we did it at Alpha Warrior.
yeah,
Yeah,
and they put us in those cryo chambers, and you're in there for like 2 minutes,
yeah.
and it happens so fast that you're just like, oh shit, and your body by the time it's over, your body hasn't even realized kind of what happened.
And when you walk out though, you feel like $1,000,000. So that I can understand, but I feel like
Yeah, but I
the
think that's
actual-
also like if I just grabbed you by the balls for 2 minutes and not in the fun way.
deal.
Like, no, not in the fun.
Oh, like the mean way.
Yeah, like in the whole, like, I'm just going to steer you around for the next 2 minutes. When
That's
I
not
let
nice.
go, you're going to be like, oh, fuck, this is so nice. Like,
It's nice not having a hand grasp around my scrot.
Yeah, like, that's how I feel like a lot of that stuff. And it's like, no, it's great. And it's like, no, it's great when it's over.
Oh.
And that's what you're getting high on.
I know one. People pretend they like, they don't. Marriage. Just in general.
Make that a short.
Just in general.
Tag
No,
please.
sure.
No, you will fucking not.
Tag
A short marriage?
I legitimately enjoy my marriage.
I do
actually.
too. I do too. I actually am very.
I am one of those ones that will honestly say I have no complaints, and she actually makes me a better person.
Same.
You're
So-
fucked without Haley.
Oh, fuck.
First off,
100%.
Like, let's just
100%.
let's just. I could struggle through. You're fucked.
I'm fucked.
Like,
I've told her you're not allowed to die before
you're
me.
proper fucked.
I give Mikey like, I don't know.
6 months.
Oh, I was going to go 24.
I give him.
Hours.
I give him 6 months. I give him
Yeah,
6 months. 6 months. That he's in one of our guest rooms. Like it's like 6. She is so good for you.
Yeah,
like it's
100%.
not even funny.
Yeah, that's true.
And honestly, I give you props for landing it because it's.
Oh, dude.
It doesn't make
Oh.
any goddamn sense.
Hit on the
Only-
bartender.
You gotta
Only
get
because
you
I
gotta
know
get him
her.
young.
Yeah, right. That's what it is. That's
Yeah.
how you got her.
Yeah.
That's how you got Michelle.
She didn't know any better. She was young.
Now, Caitlin's told me the only way I'm out is in a body bag. And I was like,
Michelle tells me that every day.
yeah,
Every day.
yeah, I love you to death, Mikey, but that is a
Oh, it's a gem, dude.
it.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware. How
I
lucky
still
am,
don't
dude.
understand it.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
well aware.
I did the math, and it turns out that 2 and 2 actually equals fish.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking.
Yeah.
It doesn't make.
And honestly, it's not even just her being fucking cool. It's my maintenance fees that are so low. Fuck, I appreciate that.
Let's talk marriage for a second. We have a couple guys that have a divorce here, right?
There's 3 of us
Okay.
that have a divorce.
At what year of marriage did you guys get a divorce?
2.5.
Go ahead, buddy.
4.5.
I was at 7.
You got the itch.
I will say,
The old 7-year itch.
Yeah, that itch happened way before 7.
I think it was year 2 or 3 that was probably the worst.
So
And the first year I got out of the military was a terrible one.
what?
But
the reason
now-
that you're an anomaly.
But now they just keep getting
It's better and better,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the reason that yours is actually so awesome compared to why the rest of us have one behind us is so my divorce happened because the woman I married and the man she married, by the time we split, they were not the same people.
I'm not the same person. She's not
Right.
the same person.
But the difference is that you two recognized that you were changing and then fell in love with who the new person was.
I think it's simpler.
We
than
didn't at least in mine, we didn't cross that hump. Like we changed as people
that. Yeah.
and then decided as people But like, if I had met her at the age that we split, there's no fucking way.
I think
It wouldn't even been a one night stand. I'd have been like, "You're insane."
Yeah.
Like, absolutely, like, nope. And I'm now too old to. I have learned the lesson that you don't put your dick in crazy.
My mom used to tell me that.
You guys,
Like that was a fucking life lesson.
you
from my
guys
mom.
went through so much together
Yeah.
that it changed you as people. But what you guys decided was,
No, I think
yeah, you have new people,
It
but I
changed
still
you to-
love the new
no, no.
person.
It changed you together, though.
it
You
was
guys changed
it was
together.
it was simpler than that. We had kids,
Yeah.
and there was no easy way out of the situation, and we were stubborn.
So you guys stuck it out because of stubbornness.
Yes,
We're married out
No.
of spite.
she's right there. She'll
It's
say,
like-
she'll say the same thing.
Yeah.
But we went from being kids to not having any fucking common sense,
Yeah.
no life knowledge of anything, right? We changed to become the fucking 25, 30-year-olds that, and everybody at 25 and 30 are pieces of shit, right? Like, I mean, you think like you're not making logical decisions,
No.
you know. But then we outgrew that, you know, and now
And you guys did it together. And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's the
yeah.
biggest thing is that like we all know Michelle now. And look, I'll be the first one to say there's 4 men at this table, and I know all of our significant others. Every single one of us is batting outside of our fucking our league.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
even the what do you
Even the
what do you call her? I'm curious. This is not a default thing. Caitlin and I ran through this because I was in my mid 30s when I got with her, and I was like, at this age, I don't want to call her my girlfriend. That just sounds so. It sounds so high school.
The easiest way to say it,
+1.
my old lady.
There you go. Okay, I totally buy that.
Now, with the age difference, I think it's still a girlfriend. 'Cause-
'Cause she's younger
Don't
than
be
she's
jealous.
quite a bit younger than you.
she's
buddy.
younger than mine.
Nobody's
and,
heard-
and I
nobody's-
had the record. I had the whole
Yeah.
like, whoa, holy fuck.
Nobody's
You,
heard,
sir.
nobody's heard of my young lady.
And that just sounds creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
old lady.
no
It's
bueno.
weird at our age to go like, oh, this is my
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like it's weird, right?
It would be even more weird if I said that.
well, like,
Right, but it's-
well, like Haley,
fucking
Haley,
weird,
used,
right?
Haley used to call me her man friend instead of her boyfriend.
It's weird.
She was like, no, you're a fucking man.
Well, she didn't
You're
want
my
to,
you're my man friend.
she didn't want to emasculate you.
It's a weird fucking title. So like
It
when,
is.
when
Before or
Caitlin
after
and
you were
I-
married.
This was before we were married. Yeah.
So Caitlin and I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
together in 2015,
Yesterday.
2016.
And then I became her man child.
No,
You know, I'm going to start referring to like, this is my roommate.
Justin, when did I move back to San Antonio? 2017?
16.
I moved back in 16,
16.
right? So even then, it was like, this is my girlfriend. I'm not in high school. That's
Yeah.
such a weird fucking thing.
Well, I have a buddy of mine
Right?
who calls his girl his lady. This is my lady.
I started referring to her as my partner.
It's
I refer to Scott as my partner.
It's very
Well, in all fairness-
that's weird because I call you my
There's
partner. dude.
there's been a
But
couple
other than the
times
body
that we had to
fluids,
clarify
there's
that.
like so
Well, because and if you technically, we're all business partners.
Yeah.
Fucking whores. You're my partner, and you're my partner, and you're my.
yeah, but I didn't figure Scott would be comfortable with being like, "This is my bitch." I would like it so. But anyways, like I know all of our we'll go with significant other.
Better
And-
halves.
Significant other.
Better halves.
You're taking a play out of my book.
There's
just saying.
only one smart one in this room right now.
Yep.
the one that hasn't chimed
He hasn't
in.
said a fucking word.
Do you know why?
He's got
It's
a
'cause
pregnant wife.
He's like, oh, what me?
That's because he's got 6 months on the job and doesn't know what the fuck he's doing
Yeah.
still. That boy's still in the probationary period.
I'm not pissing off baby mama.
Yeah.
Nope.
Child
nope,
support's
nope,
a
nope.
Well,
bitch.
pretty soon you'll have no choice, and
Yeah.
you'll just be
Yeah.
pissed off.
And so,
She'll get mad at the way you chew.
Can you please breathe quieter?
yeah.
To be fair, I'm a
Every
loud
single-
chewer, so that already happens.
Yeah.
So every single one of us, we have a partner that is so far outside of our league that you just kind of look at it and go, what?
Fucking nailed it.
What the fuck? And it's almost one of those where I'm just not going to question this. I'm just going to let it.
Just let it roll.
Like,
bro.
just let it roll. Like,
Feel long just last.
Yeah.
because if they haven't figured it out, then I'm not going to point it out.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
I keep saying the true test is once my youngest graduates. If she doesn't get rid of me, then I'll know the marriage is legit. After.
when there's no distraction.
Yeah, that'll be 30 years in. I'll know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know about the whole like.
Dude, I'm at
people saying
25
that-
right now.
Yeah.
That's bad shit to me. Granted, my first marriage ended because she was a dirty, cheating whore. So, you know.
Yeah. It's weird when I add up the years and stuff like that. Is how fast everything changes. But yeah, I'm on round 2, and I mean, fuck. But we were married in 2019.
I was there.
She
Actually, no, we were all there. Almost all of them.
all
of us were there.
the hosts were there.
Except for
Yeah.
your brother.
Some
And,
of us were.
wouldn't that have sucked if I'd have put that?
You're laughing now, Mikey, but wait until this micro content comes out.
You know, this isn't a force field, all right? Like you're not safe, bro.
Wouldn't that have sucked on the RSVP?
Like he might be able to fire you, but I'll fuck you up.
That have sucked on the RSVP, wouldn't it? It'd have been like, I'm sorry, I got a scheduling.
Hey, this will be great. You're gonna fuck him up. He's gonna shoot you.
And for all the new listeners, because we've gained some since this actually happened.
True.
So Jazz and Justin are brothers.
Yeah.
Jazz got married outside the Alamo.
At the Alamo. Right
At
there.
the right up front.
On 9/9/19.
Yep.
Actually, we
And-
did that on purpose. So it was easy to remember.
Myself and Scott and Mikey and one other person were there.
And that's it.
And Justin was invited.
And he knew about it.
And he elected not to come.
He
He
was
was just
told-
like,
he
fuck
chose.
this shit.
He was told 2 hours before we were going.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going down to do this. And he already had clearance to fuck off to go do it too. Because
And
everybody knew the
decided,
rest of the day wasn't going to happen.
I'm all set. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll need to go. He might do it again. I'll be at that one.
Yeah.
He was there at the second one.
Justin doesn't go to Jazz's wedding, but Jazz is Justin's best man.
I gave him a gift that had the date
The date.
on it. I did it right.
Now, here's the
but-
deal. He didn't come to my marriage. He did come to my wedding. And he came correct. And I'm not going to lie. And everybody at this table was also at my wedding itself. Justin.
Not
was-
true.
Not true.
That's not true.
Scott and Justin traded places.
Scott fucked off.
Yeah.
But what I will say
Yeah,
on my
Scott, you piece of shit.
To be fair, I knew him much better at that point. I'm like,
and it was like, that's not gonna happen.
I went to the first one, bro.
Yeah.
yeah.
But at my wedding proper,
So two of us were at both of them. Yeah.
Justin was my best man at my wedding, my actual wedding, and I will say that day in conjunction with my other friends, I wanted for nothing
Oh yeah.
that day.
You were also drunk as fuck the whole time.
From like 9 a.m. forward.
Yeah. We did that right.
Yes.
Like,
And,
we made sure that was done correctly.
I never wanted for a cigar, a drink.
Nope.
Like I don't remember carrying anything that day.
He had
Like,
fucking
it was-
raspberries in his pocket just in case the joke came out. Like,
I had to pay someone.
like,
I'll
he
give you
did-
3 raspberries.
I had,
John was
I had
ready.
raspberries. I had raspberries and 2 bottles of mead in my pocket.
Yeah.
That at all times.
Yep. I just had a bottle of meat in my hand the whole day.
Don't forget
Every
your
time
little
Jazz
fucking-
walked by, I was
your
like,
little
"Drink that."
vials that we filled with Jameson.
Oh no, that was Eagle Rare.
It was Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
They were just handing off to me.
Your
Like,
little
it was-
fucking bulb. Hell yeah.
So,
dude.
but I will say, my wedding day, Justin showed the fuck up.
That was a fun day, man.
He.
Great.
I
was a
wanted
fun
for
day.
nothing. We walked in to the wedding day,
and the
it
devil
was-
came to his fucking after party.
and the devil was at my after party. It was that was a hell of a day. So he gets a pass on the marriage part, because on the wedding day itself, when we actually did the celebration, Justin came fucking correct and,
Yeah.
and did
Yeah,
what
that
he
was-
was supposed to do.
That was fun. That was a fun day.
But
Much more
so
fun than the first
I'm
one.
going to disagree with you on the whole, like, people say they like marriage and are lying about it.
I was joking.
No.
I think there's those that are-
there are days and points in a marriage where you would rather be single.
Yeah, but that's every relationship, man. I mean, there are days and points in a friendship where you're like, dude, fuck this guy.
You're gonna call,
You know, like
you're going to
fuck,
call me a
fuck.
liar. I have not had that day yet.
You know what though?
That's good.
That day's never crossed my mind with Haley either, where I'm like, I'm done.
Like
That's never happened.
We've had like disagreements that turn into conversations.
Now,
There's
John,
never been an argument,
Now,
never
John.
been a fight.
if we back it up one,
Oh, that's a whole different story. We never had a day that was good. No, I'm kidding.
Buddy, that was one of those ones where I just kind of loved you through it because it
Yeah.
was just
Well, we all did.
You know,
for
there's
years
a-
we were just like, please,
There's a
for
period
the
in
love
my
of
life.
God, stop.
So
Like,
I'm stubborn and
no.
I'm a slow learner sometimes. And this is one of the times where I needed life needed to teach me something.
because we all tried.
And it took that long.
no,
to learn.
I appreciate it though, because I would think like, oh, I wish I was single today, and you'd be like, I'm fucking single today, and then you'd be back together.
Yeah.
Then you'd be single today.
the only saving grace of any of that is, regardless of how far you advanced it or whatever, you were at least smart enough to not allow any of it to become permanent.
Yeah. You never
Like, you still kept yourself extremely separated from, like, as far as like your property, your like you were like,
Because
nope.
it was about every 3 or 4 months. And okay, that was then. Oh, no, we're back together now. Okay, let's
Yeah.
start again.
Jeez.
No, okay.
I think the last time when you got back together, I was just like, again? You just like laughed at me.
I did.
You're
Well,
just like,
I did.
It
yeah.
got to the point you just stopped telling us.
Yeah, you
Like,
did.
we
You
just
did.
stopped
You just
getting
stopped
updates
talking about
where
it.
it was like,
And honestly,
like,
I
I'm
stopped
not even-
asking.
Yeah, we quit
I
asking.
stopped.
I remember
I stopped asking.
There was a time that like, and I love my friend.
So wait.
because
Let me preference this. Total, you guys probably broke up and got back together 6 or 7 times. Probably.
on the low end.
yeah, on
Okay.
the low
All
end.
right.
Yeah.
Now tell your story.
So I remember there's one time it was towards the end that I walk into Scott's
This
office.
was number 4.
What's it?
And
No,
we
this
were on a
is-
road trip.
No, this
No,
was
no,
way
no. This
past-
was here. I walked into
Okay.
your office here, and I walked in, and I'm like, "Oh man," I'm like, I just really need somebody to talk to right now," and blah blah blah, and like, in the moment, it sounded like the most asshole-ish thing to say, but in reality, it was like that's what I fucking needed. And Scott's like, "Fuck you want me to say? Like, what do you want me to say?" And I was just like,
What do you want me to say?
know,
that
you're
we
right.
haven't said
No.
already, dude?
But that was after like breakup number 4.
Oh no, that was after like 6, 7, or 8.
But
like,
we were driving one time.
yeah.
I said, you get back together with her and I'm punching you right in the fucking face. And then it was like 3 more fucking
Yeah, he hasn't
times.
punched me yet. It's his fault.
Scott, maybe you
got
stick
to
to your convictions, man. You could have hit him. Fuck.
It got to the point where I think you stopped coming to your friend group because all of us
Yeah.
were just
We're
like,
just like, we didn't know.
Well,
how to
I
handle
knew
it.
like it's not that I knew better, but like whatever I was
You
going to
weren't gonna
say,
get any
I already knew
sympathy.
the answer
Yeah.
to it. You know what I mean? And that's what I said. Like I needed to learn.
but you were also, at the same time, you were also aware enough of how your friend group works and how we feel about you and stuff that none of it was out of, it wasn't from a position of like disappointment or hate or whatever. It was because we all cared.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at some point, it's just like you know what? You're on your fucking own.
Yeah.
We've tried at this point.
Yeah.
You got to go fucking figure it
At
out.
a certain point, I was just like, whatever, buddy, whatever. If you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it came down to. And I was like,
Yeah.
hey man, like he sees what I don't see, and that's fucking okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's totally okay. And if you're happy, buddy, I'm happy. You know what I mean? And-
But now you're actually happy.
Yeah.
And we all appreciate that.
yeah.
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 Well, you needed to find a piece of shit that actually fit you. Like that was the.
And
I think that was
Malice
the trick.
piece
The
of
right
shit.
kind of crazy.
I think that's the trick. Is
You
that
just needed
all
an
of us,
autistic chick. That's what
yeah.
you need to touch the tism,
A
dude.
patriotism.
Sometimes sticking your dick in crazy is okay.
And I think that may be the trick with all of us. Is it's like, why is your relationship so good? And it's like, oh, I found a shitbag that's actually as shitbag as I am.
Her,
Like,
her
that's like-
crazy matches my crazy,
yeah.
and it works.
It is funny because like Mal tried to give me shit about like her and I. And she's like, "Oh, you know, you're just checking another fucking box off your bucket list, just banging a retard, you know." and like she said that to me once, and I was like, "Actually, yeah."
And then I bought,
And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
and then I bought you the shirt.
I know, right?
At the same time, it's a midget. It's great.
I
Speaking
told
of
her,
shirts,
I was like, "You keep making these jokes. I'm checking another one off, and that's necrophilia."
speaking of shirts, I had a fan of the show that actually brought me a shirt to my bar and gave it to me.
Yeah.
And it says, fully depreciated, still in use.
Nice.
Like on the fucking t-shirt. And I was like,
That's funny.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
No, but
that's about right.
We're all older than a mortgage.
Yeah, right.
So-
I tell her I'm state sponsored. The state is supposed to pay me a check every month. And I'm really just a caregiver with benefits.
Yeah.
But I'm still waiting on that check. It's weird. I don't know. The paperwork's lost something.
But no, so we ended up on that because I know you're making the joke about marriage or whatever.
Yeah,
but I think there are some people that are
That's true.
they're
though.
showboating it. And
Yeah.
it's the whole like I'm doing this because I'm supposed to.
Or like in front of people, they appear happy, but deep down,
It's awful.
they fucking hate themselves.
Yeah.
And,
And,
and a lot of times that goes both ways. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like they go home to a fucking war zone.
Yeah.
You know what I
And-
mean?
and, for,
it's like,
and it's
fuck
not just
you.
the guy or whatever. There's also the women that are just like they're putting up with it because they can. And
Yeah.
the number one sign that I can always see, and it's because of my first marriage and everything that she wanted, was as soon as you have to stop being you,
Yeah.
as soon as they, well, you could change this and we could improve that, or I don't really like this friend group, or I don't like
Yeah.
this hobby, or I don't like this, that, and the other. And this is on both sides, not she saying that. or
We,
he
we have a
saying- like,
child in the audience that I want to take notes right now.
yeah. So
Never
as soon as
stop being you.
as soon as the
Yes.
partner
Yes.
wants you to, because it's going to make it better,
Yeah.
they don't love you.
Yep.
They want the project.
It's
Well,
a-
no,
yeah,
no,
it's
no,
a-
no.
Well,
No,
it
no.
turns into selfishness.
This, what it comes down to is, and everybody does it. Every single person does it at every point in their life. Some people actually realize that they're doing it and cognitively make a change to it. But you create an image in your head of what that other person is.
Right.
And if they don't live up to it, you get disappointed, potentially upset, potentially start a fight.
Yeah.
Because that image that you have in your head of that person isn't what they actually are in
Right.
real life.
You have a model.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
If they don't fit the model, now we
no,
need
it's
to
not. It's
change
not even
the
a model.
part.
Haley's known I was a piece of
It's-
shit from the jump.
No, it's
But you also have to look in the mirror and realize that sometimes you do need to change a little bit.
that's
No.
true. But there
You know
are
what I mean?
You're
Like-
talking about compromise.
No,
and there's a
no.
difference
I'm talking
between-
about I got married at 19.
Well, yeah, but you were a child.
Yes. So at some point you have to realize that, okay, I do need to change and grow up a little bit. And it's not that she's making me change who I am. I just have to
Okay, but self-actualization and a partner telling you that you need to change something is two different things.
no, it is. You're
Like
right.
I remember
That's what killed mine, is that my relationship, when it started turning into like, well, I'm going to go out with my friends, but they don't really like you, so you can't come. And shit like that. And it's like,
Jazz.
That's shitty. to
I
say
mean,
to anybody.
well, like my friend
Come on.
group doesn't want to hang out with me, so it's okay. But now at my age, I understand
the
why people don't want to hang out with me. I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like
there's a
that's
difference.
yeah.
most
and therein lies the difference.
most people say the downfall to a relationship is communication.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I don't either.
I believe it's understanding.
Oh,
I can communicate with you.
That's a deep.
I can communicate with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm not communicating fuck all.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
It's
speaking
coming.
at you.
It's coming off as fucking womp.
It doesn't matter how it
Charlie
comes
Brown's
off.
teacher. Yeah.
If I'm not saying it in a way that you understand it,
yeah.
you're not in the wrong. I'm in the wrong because I'm not expressing in a way that you can actually realize what the fuck's going
Well,
on.
I think there needs to be an effort made
That's something I
to communicate
struggle with,
properly
too.
so they can understand it. But if they just flat out don't understand it, I'm with you.
And I've
But
struggled
it's a
with
two-way
that.
street though.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you don't understand it, instead of telling me, "Hey, I'm not tracking where you come from or what you're saying,"
Yeah.
right now isn't making
and
sense.
it goes right
it's
to
just
you're
a
an
fight.
asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
And
I've-
then now the communication is completely
Yeah.
broken down.
I've struggled with that in the past where like I'll say something and I'm struggling to say what I'm trying to say. And I'm
Because-
like, and I have to stop myself and go, I'm not saying this correctly.
Yeah, we all have.
I'm not explaining this
because
right.
because
Like you're getting offended and I'm not trying to offend you. And I'm
Right.
like, and I'm like,
because our logic sometimes is like so cut and fucking dry
yeah.
that
But there's
like,
no emotion.
We pull too much emotion out of it. Where, yeah, you have to. It's a.
But I
Yeah,
think that's
you have
also
to
why
communicate it right.
if you look at in your relationship or even in your friendships and stuff like that, like if we, honest to God, if you sat down and put your friend circle together, and I mean the ones that you could call no matter what, they're gonna take your call. They're gonna, hey, I just need you to hear me out. Hey, I need help with this. I need what.
Yeah.
How big is that actual circle? If any of us sat down and did it, I don't need a number, but if it sat down and did it, you could probably do it on one hand.
Yeah.
Like the number of people
Right.
that it's like, and it may not be even, I talk to you all the time. Yeah. There's the big 4-year running joke that you and I don't like
hate
each other. Right? I'm going to tell you right now.
I will help you hide a body.
If it
right?
If at 1 o'clock this morning, I called him and it was like, dude, my whole house is fucking flooded and I have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
He's going to go, can you get a hotel? And be like, no, I'm fucking flat broke. And he's going to be like, okay, I'll either buy you a hotel or you can come here.
I have
Like,
an empty house. Right?
Like, I know Scott's got me.
Yeah.
Like so it's a long running joke, but I have a very, very tiny circle and I very, very much
I think
trust
the day
them.
you were going to drive in the rain in your bike. And I was like, no,
And
you're
you're
fucking,
not.
No, you're
Yeah.
fucking not, dude. I'm
Caitlin
coming
has,
to get you, dude.
Caitlin's
Like,
in Austin at a business meeting. I'm
Like-
just going to ride in.
like, yeah.
And he was like, no, you're not.
no, you're fucking
retarded.
not, dude. No,
I'll
I'm coming
change
to
my
get you.
schedule. I'll come help you.
Yeah.
So
Buy
it's
me
a very
coffee, bro.
tiny circle.
Fucking,
It's the same way with
Yeah.
with who we have as partners. Like for me, so I am a gambler. I am not a gambler in the traditional sense of I like to go to Vegas or I play poker or whatever. I am a gambler on I see this opportunity.
Yeah.
It's risky, but I can force the success out of it.
Yeah.
So I will roll the dice on this and I will get involved in this because I have control of the risk and I will force the risk into success. I got a partner. She views life very much the same way, where it's like, you know what, fuck it, we're going to go for it and we'll make it work. And if
I'm
it
going to make
doesn't,
it work because I'm going to learn.
I'm going to learn.
I'm
Because
going to use everything that I know about
if it
this.
doesn't
I'm gonna
work,
make it work.
I'm stronger on the back end of it.
Yeah.
And so it took a while for me to figure out what I needed to surround myself with. And my wife is very much, as much as I say don't have an echo chamber, she kind of is. Now, she's an echo chamber from a different standpoint because she is the analyst side of the gambler. So she will do, I'm the whole it feels right, and she's the whole the maths.
Yeah.
So we'll do this. My friend group is very much the same way of, you know what, let's fucking go for it. We'll figure it out. And so you end up with a very tiny circle, but I think in relationships, almost all of us, if I look at any of your significant others, there is a huge piece of you in them. And that's because you kind of need that. You don't want the opposite. You want somebody
there's a
that
little
can,
piece of them in me.
Yeah.
No, other way around.
No, yeah. Definitely a pinky or bigger. Yeah.
but I think that's kind of
Start
the
the show.
trick. Like, I mean, if you look at any of our significant others, when you actually know them versus what we've talked about on the show and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
that's you. That's just
Yeah.
that's
Like,
that's
I think about
it's you from a slightly different viewpoint, but it's still you.
I think about my ex-wife, and I remember the day. I remember the moment that I knew the end was coming.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and this is before I found out she was cheating and had been cheating with multiple people and shit throughout our marriage and shit. You know, I remember we were in a mall. I was in California. I was in a mall with her, and I was looking at this shirt, and she said a comment, and it was such a shitty fucking thing to say.
Yeah.
And it was, "This would look great on you if you were buff."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, and right then I was like, fuck you fucking thunder cunt.
So
You know what I mean? I was just like, this is fucking,
I have a similar story about
you can never say that to a woman.
the
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
time I
this would
knew.
look great if you were thin.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
This would look great on you if you had tits.
right? Like, you couldn't say that. Like, oh man, maybe if you had pants, like maybe if you had an ass, these pants would look great. You couldn't say that shit, right? But she said that shit to me, and I was like, what an inconsiderate fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's when I was like,
I mean,
what
I'm
am
not
I
gonna-
doing?
I'm not going to lie, Mikey. That T-shirt would look great if you was still lifted.
Dude, I'm telling you. I saw a fucking picture of me the other day. I was like, dude, I got fucking small. Everybody at RCBT, they're like, Mikey, you lose weight? I'm like, how fucking fat was I before, dude? I was like, holy shit. Every time I'm there, they're like, you look like you lost weight. I'm like, fuck you guys, man.
I went to the trade show and I feel like a fat piece of shit right now. They're like, oh, did you slim down? I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. It's like, how fucking fat was I before?
You don't do enough
Jesus.
cocaine for the trade show. That's the
Yeah.
that's the trick.
Not that many people do that anymore there.
I know the show's boring.
Well, there's the whole fentanyl.
Yeah,
So-
it's
so
like,
I have
the
a
whole
se-
reason I came was for the coke.
I
have a-
I have a cocaine story about
The amount
redneck.
of rowdy ass drugs I have seen done at the fucking trade show
Oh, I'm
is
sure. It's Vegas.
no. I don't mean
It's
Vegas. I just mean
sales.
the train. It's salespeople.
It's salespeople. Yeah.
It's on the road sales.
Yeah.
But I have a similar story about when I got divorced too.
Yeah.
About the definitive moment of when and for me,
She asked you if it was in.
no, for me,
That was also one of mine.
it didn't have anything to do with like my small dick or t-shirts or my weight or anything like that.
Or your small dick T-shirt.
No, it didn't have anything to do with that. I do have 2 of those. But I always had a thing, and I said it from day one, that if there's ever talk about a divorce, it's past its prime, essentially. And I remember we sat down and have a conversation one day, and she's like, I think I want a divorce. And I was like, well,
Then there we go.
I was like, I need to go for a walk. And I grabbed Kira and I went for a walk for about 2 hours, and I came back.
This is in Belgium.
Yep. And I was like, are you sure? I was like, because you know my stance on this, and you said the D word, and now we're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, it's not a joke. It's not something we play around with. It is,
Yeah.
like,
That's the hard line.
that's it.
Yeah, this isn't a shift in mindset.
Like,
this
yeah,
isn't a
no.
scare
Because
word
I
or
know
whatever.
this
If
isn't-
you bring it up,
'cause
then
I
Because that
know
means
this isn't something that like 45 minutes ago it just popped into your
that
brain.
means
You've
the
been thinking about
seeds
this for a
in
very
your
long
head.
time.
Yeah. You don't say that unless the seeds. there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
and to be honest with you, even if it pops into your head 45 minutes ago,
Still.
the fact that it's in your head now, that's
Yeah.
Now,
it's fucking over.
It's cancer now. It's
Yeah.
going to turn into cancer. Yeah.
I don't
And,
know. Michelle and I have both said it before,
Yeah.
and we've gotten through it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it actually made it stronger. Like,
I think Haley asked me one time, and I was like, absolutely not.
yeah,
And she was like, you sure? And I think it was more of a confidence thing on her part.
like, are you thinking about this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, absolutely not. Fucking last
Right.
thing on my mind, right?
Right.
Like, I mean, because truth be told, like I could probably count on one hand how many times my wife and I have gotten into arguments over the fucking years, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and granted, I mean, like, one argument might last 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Well, it's true. Like, I mean, because there's some things you just
Our
fundamentally.
first argument still comes up.
Yeah, you're still different. Well,
I
you're
have no
different people. You know what I mean? So you're still gonna have fundamental differences, right? So like yeah, we might disagree on something, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But you find a way to work through it. You
But,
find a way to coexist and make it work. And because really what it comes down to is you cannot picture yourself or your life without that person.
Yeah.
And that was our,
You know?
I think that was why because I met her and she's younger than me and stuff like that. And I'd already had the divorce and all that kind of stuff. And the number one rule I put in my relationship, if we were going to be together, was we're not going to argue. And if something upsets you, you have to bring it up now.
Not tomorrow,
That-
not a
If
week
I
from
say
now.
something,
And that-
if I say something you don't like, right fucking now,
Say
you have to go,
something now.
hey, that crossed a line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't like that. Hey, whatever.
And
Because what I realized after the divorce and the arguments I was having is that 90% of the time, it was that whatever I said wasn't actually targeted at them, or whatever I said wasn't thought through enough because I was upset
Yeah.
that it was taken in a way that I did not mean.
it wasn't lack of communication, it was lack of understanding.
Yeah.
And I was like, you have to bring it up now.
Mhm.
Anything that's a
I agree.
hey, this doesn't work, this whatever, you have to bring it up now so that we can talk this out like fucking adults.
So
and
the-
if we can't
so-
handle this relationship like an adult,
So
then I don't want to be
Neither Michelle
No.
or I are good at bringing it up now.
Yeah.
However, that is 100% the way it should be done.
But like I tell Mal, like if you have an issue with whatever, I don't care where we are or what we're doing.
you bring it up, we'll handle it.
Stop whatever the
Yep.
like I could be in the middle of fucking doing a presentation on stage, and you have a fucking issue. Stop me,
Yeah.
and I'll fuck like whatever it is that I'm fucking doing. It can wait. Let's
Yeah,
figure
yeah.
it the fuck
You're,
out.
more, you're
And
more
that was,
important to
like-
me than anything else I'm doing.
And that was
but it's not.
our
It's not so
whole
much
thing.
about that. It's the longer that it waits to get talked about, the more it gets stewed upon, and the bigger the issue
Right.
is.
And that was
it
my
could be
whole
much ado
argument.
about nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It could be just a
90%
misunderstanding.
of the time it's a misunderstanding. And that's why I was like, first off, my relationship with you is the priority. Nothing else I am doing trumps that. So we are going to discuss it now before it turns into either one of us is taking the time to like, oh, I'm going to go calm down or I'm going to whatever. No, because either one of us is going to go spin it into something fucking bigger than it actually fucking
if
is.
you need to take time to calm down, that means you've already been thinking about it, getting yourself worked up.
Which means we should be talking about it right fucking
we should have been
now.
talking about it 10 hours ago.
And so if I upset you or I say something, you do it now. And I'll do the same with you. And that's the promise we're going to make to each other. Because I'm not going to fight with you. Because I already have the rest of the fucking world I need to worry about.
Yeah.
And now I have you as a partner.
Yeah.
Which means it's me and you versus all the rest of the bullshit that's going to come at us anyways.
Yep.
So if we have all these other fights, the last fucking thing I need is a fight between us.
Yeah.
So we're going to settle it now. And now I've been with her pushing 8 years. We've never had an argument.
Yeah.
Because it has always been, we're going to come to an understanding at the moment. So that it doesn't turn into this bullshit later. You know, compromises, sure. You can't be in a relationship with anybody, whether it's your lover, your friend, your whatever. You can't have that without compromise.
Well, there's
happening.
boundaries.
There's always boundaries.
Sure,
There's
sure.
that kind of thing. But because of that, we've never had an argument, and it's literally changed my life for the absolute better, because I have always had a true
that couldn't have came at a
50-50
better
partner.
I
fucking
know,
moment.
right? So Mal just texted me. She's like, "Are you coming home?" I'm like, "Why is you yelling?" And then we started talking about everything. So I set my phone down, right? And she's like, "It's been 6 minutes with no response, which means I'm legally obligated to remove your child, Kira, from the home, and we'll go gallivant and traipse through wildflowers together and for the rest of our lives without men that neglect us. You can keep Zaza and the rats, which is the cat and her 2 little rat dogs." And then she just texts again, "And Dave."
I got a text from my wife that said nothing more than time check. And that is because she wants to make sure that I have dinner when I get home.
Yeah.
I have gotten nothing.
Well, fuck, we landed midnight last night.
Yeah.
And I get home to 1 something in the morning, and the last text I got from her was at like 9:30, and she's like, "Oh, there's food in the microwave for you." To get home and open the food, and there's a fucking dish, and I'm like, "Oh, that doesn't suck."
Like, okay. I was gone I was at RSPD for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I left on Saturday. I didn't talk to her Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. All right. On Wednesday, I called her, and she was like, "Hey." That's how I know I have a strong relationship.
So that took me at least 15 years.
We're right at 14, so that makes sense.
Yep.
That tracks.
But
you know, like
I do my best.
I mean, there was texts and stuff like that.
I do my best to call once a day.
Yeah.
I do my best to call once a day.
And-
But if I don't, she understands.
Yeah.
Especially like at trade shows and fucking bullshit.
Well, and like she knows that RSVT, I'm fucking busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm busy. You know,
I
like
drunkenly sent Mel a video from Fremont Street. I was like, "Hey, I got something for you," and then I panned around, and it was the hotel in the background. That was it, and I sent it. Like, that's my proof of life.
great hotel. Great hotel. They gave us beer on check-in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that I forgot about that.
Yeah. They fucking, when you check in, they hand you a beer.
Oh, shitty beer.
There's some
Fuck it.
hotels in Vegas that are awesome. There's others that are like,
Yeah.
last time I was there, I stayed at TI. Fuck that hotel.
The Treasure Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, it's also fucking,
Westgate.
it's older than him.
TI was fucking awful. The check-in process was awful. The rooms are like the whole thing's just fucking awful. So
All right,
But-
let's wrap this up.
Well, we got to go home to our old ladies who actually do like us somehow.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I likes me all the time. At least in my world.
In my mind, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons. Let us know what you think. Let us know what about something that you think everybody likes that they really hate.
Oh, I forgot that was
Because I'm curious.
Yeah, the topic is, what do people think that they like that they actually hate?
Yeah.
About 30 minutes into the debate, the title changed, so we're good.
All right.
Oh, perfect. What's the new title?
What makes a successful marriage?
Huh?
Yeah, so let us know what you think makes this a successful marriage.
Actually, yeah, because
I
you know
was
what?
I was gonna say Stanley Cups, but because it applies to both.
Every situation and every relationship's different, right? And so, yeah, let me. I'd love to hear what some of you guys, you know, what your tips and tricks are, man. To make
Okay,
it
so
work.
one final piece of advice from each of us. Let's go around the table.
I'll go with Scott. You've been around the longest.
I can't think right now. One piece of marriage advice.
Yep.
Just don't quit.
Okay.
They are not more important than you.
Mike.
You're talking about children.
No,
Oh,
I just mean in general.
Yeah.
If you are in a relationship, they are not more important than you. If you, it's like, no, I'll give this up for them. You're an idiot. They are not more important than you. If they fell in love with you, you can't lose you. They are not more important than you.
Relationships are not 50-50. They are 100-100.
Yeah.
You need to put it all in there or you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Never stop dating your wife.
Fucking A.
ooh, that's a great one.
Yeah.
I love dating my wife.
Yeah. Dating my wife's the
It's
best.
the best fucking part.
Well, that's like you guys all know. Friday nights.
I'm not married.
I'm unavailable.
But still, like I'm dating.
I only
my
call you on Friday
significant
nights
other.
because I know you're high.
and that's the only time I don't answer your calls.
He learned after like the third or fourth time. He was like, "I'm not answering."
I have a limit of how much I smoke, whether or not I answer your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a fine line. It's like, oh, I got this. And there's sometimes I'll look and I'm like, oh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh, there are days because if Jazz
Because
knows
he'll answer
I'm
the
high,
phone and I'll be like, "Hey, beef jerky is nothing but cow raisins." All right, talk to you later. And he's just like,
Yeah, for the next hour, I'm like,
you,
fucking I hate this guy.
Yep. So you're right. There's a limit. Where I'm like, if I look, I'll be like, nope. I'll even text him and be like, nope.
Well, I answer every time Jeff
You do.
calls me
You do.
because I assume the end of the world is near.
Yeah.
And it's usually just a dad joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Anyways,
but,
guys, like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons. Tell your mom.
tell your friends
Tell your fucking mom's friends.
to not stop dating your wife
Yeah.
Stop.
or your husband if you're one of
Tell
the
your
chicks that listens
mom's
to us.
friends.
Justin, you're a newbie
Yeah.
at this marriage thing. What's your advice? You got a wisdom?
Yeah. How have you made it so far?
By all means, enlighten us.
If I'm being totally honest, Mikey took mine. I literally was like, "Oh, this is the one time I'm prepared for a question." And
Yeah.
Mikey hit me.
So,
Look to make memories.
Right?
Like our entire relationship. It's been that. It's just looking
I
to
think
make
at
great memories.
this point in Justin's marriage, it's don't pull out.
Yeah. Well,
you already did that.
they're doing baby.
Nailed
but,
it.
but that's why they're still
They
together.
got baby factory stuff going on right now. She's due next month.
yeah. Yeah.
Almost next month, May.
Mhm.
Yeah, so if the show's over,
Yeah.
Or if the production quality just completely turns to shit.
yeah.
We won't say anything, but there will be signs. You're gonna be like, man, these guys are more mediocre than normal.
Right. And this week we only have audio. Next week it's only video.
We'll just subtitle it.
In another language. So that
All right, boys, I'm going to raise my glass, and not only to us, but here's to our significant others, boys. Thanks for being my freedom friend, and ladies who are out there who put up with our shit.
Oh, that was my right hand.
Thanks for
oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm the only one that did it with my
That's-
left hand.
Yeah, it's true.
putting up with our shit and making us better men. Honestly, like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons, do all those things. 3 little things, boys. Not hard to do. Pretty fun. John,
Smoke on.
Jazz,
Drink on?
and God damn it, freedom to fuck on.